or when the last time you saw Scarface was, like the chainsaw scene is just like that too.
Yeah.
You don't see him cutting the guy up with the chainsaw.
The blood, right?
Yeah. But there would be people that would swear that they saw the Colombians cutting up Tony's friend with the chainsaw in the bathtub, even though you don't. What else do I have for you? So speaking of the ear scene, for me personally, I can't listen to Stuck in the Middle with You like the same way ever again, because every time I hear that song, that's what I think about is that scene.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like once a song kind of gets stamped with the scene, right?
Yeah.
And then you subconsciously think about it. I feel like you're playing it in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
Was that all you had for Reservoir Dogs?
I got one more thing. This is like real esoteric. I'm gonna lay it out on you guys. Have you guys ever seen City on Fire? It's a Hong Kong movie.
No, I don't think I have.
No.
It's got Chow Yun-fat in it. That was made in the late 80s, and a lot of that plot line is very similar to Reservoir Dogs, at least with the undercover cop in the crew and getting like very close to the guys, and I think even like taking a bullet to the gut.
Okay.
Later on in the movie.
So
And
would you say, is it like an uncredited remake, or
not necessarily a remake, but there's definitely a lot of similarities.
Okay.
And I mean, there's some similarities to some other movies in Reservoir Dogs as well. But Tarantino's always been someone to borrow a lot from various things that have influenced him and kind of make it his own. But that was like one of the big movies where a lot of people were just like, "Oh, it's like City on Fire." But it's a really good movie. I like it. I might even have it, to tell you the truth. But I know that was something that when everyone had seen Reservoir Dogs and everything, it was like, oh, I had heard that there was this Hong Kong movie that was very similar to that was made, I don't know, 4 or 5 years before that.
Wow.
I'll try and find it. But you guys should definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. It's good. Chow Yun-fat's great in it.
Yeah, I'll check it out. That was it?
According to my notes, yeah.
Okay, so we'll do Swan facts real quick.
Yeah.
And then James is going to get out.
Yeah, we gotta leave.
Okay, so the budget didn't allow traffic control for Reservoir Dogs. So in the scene where Buscemi's actually running from the cops, and he pretty much forces a woman out of her car in order to get away.
Yeah.
That was all done, and I guess it had to be like lined up with the green lights, so he could go into traffic or whatever, not cause an accident. But yeah, so that's amazing that they were able to pull that off.
And everything.
Yeah, because he does a lot. Because he fires his weapon. He has to break the windshield. Not windshield, but the side.
The side window.
Yeah, side window, and speed off. So that was kind of interesting. And then the next one is a paramedic was present on set to make sure that Tim Roth's blood loss was kept consistent and realistic throughout shooting.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, because he takes a bullet to the stomach.
They want it realistic.
And then he's laying in their, like, what is it called? Like their kind of meet-up spot for most of the film.
Yeah.
And he's pretty much dying.
Yeah.
And so I guess there was someone there to make sure that
it was real.
It looked
That's
real.
pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, Chewie.
Yeah.
We're going to have to go let him out.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a quick break, and James is going to get out of here.
Yeah. Oh, I have a shout out for someone really quick.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
For Brandon, who we work with.
Oh, yeah.
He is leaving. I don't know if you know.
I do know that.
Yeah, I just found out today. He told me today that he's leaving.
His last day is tomorrow, actually.
Yeah. And I just want to say it's a pleasure working with him. And I didn't get to tell him I didn't get to tell him today because I was just trying to get out of there. But so yeah, sorry, Brandon. But it was fun working with you.
Yeah, he listens. I'm pretty sure he listens.
Yeah. So thanks for listening too.
Yeah.
And
we'll miss you, dude.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll be right back, guys.
Thanks for having me. I gotta go. Bye, guys.
From the director of Top Gun and Beverly Hills Cop 2. Hello, baby.
him if he got the letter.
Did you get the letter?
What letter?
No,
Tom. Tell him we gotta go.
A call girl.
You call for a date?
Huh?
I'm out there.
She 4-alarm fire or what?
She seems very nice. What are you doing in L.A. anyway, huh?
And a suitcase full of trouble.
My name is Vincent Cocotti. I work as consul for Mr. Blue Boyle, the man your son stole from.
Now, all that stands between them and their wildest dreams.
Find out who this wing and a prayer artist is and take him off at the neck.
Are 60 cops. 40 agents.
He's a wild man, this kid Clarence. I like him.
30 mobsters.
I haven't killed anybody since 1984.
And a few thousand bullets.
We're all gonna die here. These are cops.
Put him down! Put him down! Put him down!
Christian Slater. Patricia Arquette. Dennis Hopper. Val Kilmer. Gary Oldman. Brad Pitt. Christopher Walken.
Slow it down, man.
In a Tony Scott film.
I think what you did was so romantic.
Not since Bonnie and Clyde have two people been so good at being bad. True Romance.
That was the True Romance official trailer. It was released in '93. It's 2 hours. It runs 2 hours and 1 minute, I believe. It was written by Quentin Tarantino and directed by Tony Scott, as you just heard. So it still counts, in my opinion, at least.
Even though it was a Tony Scott movie, and
Yeah.
I know that he messed with the structure of the screenplay, it's still very much a Quentin Tarantino screenplay.
I agree. And it has a 92 on Rotten Tomatoes. So I guess you guys already heard the summary through the trailer, so I won't go into that. But I have some questions for you.
Okay.
Do you think this is an effective love story now? Like, do you think it's dated, or do you think it's aged well?
No, I think it's aged great. It's a good movie, and like the whole premise of it, all the characters, all like the Dennis Hopper stuff and the Christopher Walken and the Gary Oldman stuff, those are all Quentin Tarantino characters. But I think it's a great love story. Like the trailer said, it's like basically like a new age Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah. Do you so you just brought up the characters? Do you have a favorite character? At least in this film.
The Gary Oldman character is great.
Oh yeah, Drexel.
Yeah, the Drexel character, because Gary Oldman's always been good at kind of just committing to whoever he plays and just like disappearing completely into the role. And that's, as soon as I saw him pop up on screen when I saw the movie the first time, I was like transfixed the entire time with his performance. Just being like that tough talking, got the slang, just that crazy pimp. plus the makeup, like the scar and like the dead eye. And
Did you have you heard that story? I guess I don't know how much fact is in this, but supposedly he had went up to some kids, like he had went to some bad neighborhood, and he was told them that he had been given this role and how should he act to be authentic. It was basically him doing research, and they like the way he acts is like his interpretation of what they told him, but I guess the kids were actually fucking with him and thought it'd be funny. So yeah, so his interpretation is kind of like some kids basically had just made up what they thought would be funny for him.
well, it works because that's a classic character.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on the film at all?
Man, it's been a while since I've seen it, but that cast was fantastic. The fight scene between Patricia Arquette and James Gandolfini is great, and it's like we were just talking about Atomic Blonde, like before we started recording. It's a fight scene like that, where there's a lot of violence to it, and it's almost like excruciating to watch, and you feel just tired watching it, but it's very effective. It's a very brutal scene.
Yeah,
and that's like one of the best scenes in the movie, especially because Patricia Arquette basically does the Cool Hand Luke thing, and she just doesn't go down. She refuses to go down. She'll fight to the very end, but also like a lot of Tarantino stuff, there's like scenes like that are just brutal and violent and everything, and then there's stuff where you laugh out loud funny, like any of the scenes with Brad Pitt are fantastic, especially when the Gandolfini shows up, or like when the other mobsters show up. No, especially when Gandolfini shows up, because
I know what you're gonna say.
And he talks to him, and then like Gandolfini leaves, and he just like has that, "Oh, you think you're condescending me, man?"
Or he's like, "Don't fucking condescend me, man. I'll fucking kill you," or something.
Or he's just like laid back, but he felt like Gandolfini was like trying to get over on him. And even though he was like super nice to him and super cool, like even after he leaves, he's like, "Oh, fucking kill you, man."
That's good stuff. So my swan facts for this was, Tarantino sold this script for $50,000, which was the minimum amount at that time that you could sell a script for. And going back to the motel room fight scene that you just brought up, I guess it took them 5 days to just shoot that.
Wow.
Which is incredible.
That's a lot of choreography and everything too.
I know you know this already because you're a big fan, but Val Kilmer actually plays the role of Elvis Presley in the film.
You know what's funny? I'm sure you've actually seen the trailer, that you have the audio to it, but I had no idea that Val Kilmer was Elvis the first time I saw it until I remembered seeing the trailer. The trailer actually shows his face, but you never see his face in the movie. He's always like in the background, obscured, even out of focus, I think most of the time.
Yeah.
You never see it. You just have to rely on the voice. But I had forgotten that he was in the movie until I remembered seeing the trailer for it originally, and like when they were showing all the casts, I remember, oh, like Val Kilmer, he's Elvis, because I remember that from the trailer. So have you read, or have you seen like the screenplay? Have you seen how it was originally structured?
No, not for this one. I haven't had the opportunity to read it. Is it available?
Yeah. It's available. I think you can get it. I'm gonna check Amazon, but it reads more like a Tarantino screenplay, like the structure of it and everything. And Tony Scott basically made it linear, and I think went with a happier ending, because it doesn't end the way that the movie ends.
How does it end?
The screenplay ends with Clarence getting killed in the hotel room.
Oh, okay.
But apparently Tony Scott changed that, and I think, you don't quote me on this, I think Tarantino approved of the change. I think he was happy with the change, that like it's better that Clarence lives.
I think that's why he included True Romance in that XX box set that just came out a few years ago, because obviously Natural Born Killers wasn't included in that, and I think he won't. He doesn't want any kind of attachment to that movie at all.
I think you should be able to pick up that screenplay too. But I know that Oliver Stone really just basically rewrote the entire movie and went with like more of like the media making celebrities out of these killers. I think he went with that angle, and I don't think that was the original angle that Tarantino was going for when he wrote that screenplay.